Alright, good day everybody. So today we're going to be testing some improved AI I wrote for World War 2. Now this is of course US Revenge. And so we're using the CNC net client for this because, it has spectator mode. Anyway, we're gonna watch the Russian AI fight the Korean AI. I'm not gonna be playing this time. But so Russia and Korea are the most functional ones right now. But we've also got working-ish code programming, well, not programming really. We have working-ish AI work for Iraq and Britain here, but Korea and Russia are currently the most functional. So of course, game-wise, it's just the standard mod. It's got rebalance already baked in, all that stuff. Let's get going. So the start is usually pretty slow. It's the conventional build order, so we're just going to crank up our speed right now. So basic stuff, harvesters doing harvester stuff. It does build one, defensive infantry type. It also okay. So it likes its engineer rushes. They sometimes work, they sometimes don't. That one worked. Oh, that one didn't go as bad as they do sometimes. Now, of course, this helicopter is trying to land on top of Tanya, which you can't do. So these helicopters will actually be dancing here for the entire game, and there's like no fix to that. Except maybe if you remove this tree, but I'm not going. I'm not going like to screw this thing in the final alert or anything. These guys are programmed to get into battle bunkers. So Russian AI likes to spam Tesla tanks. It'll deathball you. Near the end of the game, you just send a big horde of them over, as is happening now. So the Korean AI is programmed to constantly send flights of Black Eagles to harass your tanks and whatnot. Yeah, charge the horde of Tesla tanks, please. Okay, so this is another attack. And as you can see, there's... Okay, I think we're gonna slow down the game for now. So, they're just attacking, they're getting killed by a Tesla coil. They're by a prism tower here. Same thing, right? Yeah, anyway, this... I'm not sure what this is actually, I think it's an engineer rush. Yeah, I didn't check. But there is a... Oh, there was a Boris in here, I'm not sure where the Boris went. But yes, the AI is now programmed to use Boris. This here is the start of a potential attack. Yeah, it does this, it's dumb, but there is no fix for it because I can't code it to avoid voice of black guidance. But yes, this is a bit janky, but it does it sometimes. And what it's trying to do here, it wants to put these guys inside the battle fortress and rush your base or your harvester or something with them. The problem with that is that for some reason the legionnaires don't like to enter the battle fortress. They straight just don't want to get in. I don't know why they don't want to get in, they just don't want to get in. I don't know why this one Apocalypse tank is just going in there on its own. But the AI is weird. So as you can see here we have the famous plane dancing bug. And this is because, or at least that's what I've read, is this is caused by the plane needing to reload. Except it doesn't have time to reload because the AI is dumb and doesn't want to wait and can't wait for it. There is a fix to this, which is included in one of the engine patches, but I'm currently not using engine patches. So this one Apocalypse tank is just carrying. No, as one does. Oh, they finally decided to send the planes after it. But yes, so these Tesla tanks are just vibing here. I think they're a team type with overwritten by something else. We should presumably also have Boris somewhere around here. I don't think he's been used yet. So here we see, yep, there's the Korean AI bullying tanks. I think it shot down on its own planes there. It does this sometimes. I'm pretty sure the AI planes do it. I'm pretty sure player operator planes do that sometimes as well. Again, I'm not sure why I keep sending lone apocalypse tanks in. But yes, it's preparing for one of its late game death balls now. Except it really isn't working. It's trying to. It's feeding all of its stuff to the Chrono Legionnaires. You're doing a great job, AI. You're doing a great job. So the Korean AI here will try to grab 8 Black Eagles and nuke it and hit this nuke, and it might be successful because there's not too much AA here. But it will try to do this until pretty much the war ends. Oh, off it goes. So, is it? I mean, that doesn't look like 8 Black Eagles to me, legit. Europe, what the fuck is that? Yeah, and there's like 2 Black Eagles vibing up here. Yeah, so sometimes the AI does get confused and builds more Black Eagles than builds more planes than it should have. And they're all dancing here now, which basically takes them out of the game permanently. Which is, annoying, but there's there's no fix for this. Unless I want to drastically increase the vibe time in front of every airstrike script, which is basically the amount of time they sort of just sit on their pad doing nothing while waiting for them to reload. Because that's basically just the only fix you can have. But even if they are fully loaded, they'll wait for a bit before executing their command, so I don't want to crank that up too high. The Russian AI is very confused right now. I'm not sure I don't think it knows what it wants to do. The Korean AI is just dominating. The Korean AI, if you let it do its thing, it will absolutely wreck the Russian AI. Probably wreck players as well, but you get the point. The thing about that though is that the Korean AI it throws a lot of its money at planes. So if you have enough AA set up, it's can't do shit. And well, Korean AI also is like pretty weak early before it gets. Oh dear, it's the prism. It's a prism tank rush. Goodness gracious, really. Before it gets all its planes ready, it's kind of weak. So sometimes the Russian AI will just rush it at that point. They'll rush it at that point, and it'll sort of just murder it. Okay, so that time they warped into the enemy defense. So it's sort of stalemating right now because there's barely any money left on the map. I mean, they're trying. The Korean AI will probably eventually win this just because of harvester attrition. But it takes a while, so let's just crank this up. Since it's a lot of the same stuff for a good while. So the Russian AI is attempting to prepare some cosmonauts. And these are going to go hunt their harvesters once they're done. But this is also a pretty long lead attack. So if you do notice... Yeah, okay, so it's noticed the assembling horde of enemy Kirovs and cosmonauts, and has prepared a large flock of IFVs to defend itself. Now, the large flock of IFVs happens to be sitting next to the missile launcher that's furthest back, but they tried, right? They tried. And Korean AI doing its thing. And this is just going to continue until the Korean AI eventually wins from attrition. Yeah, it's going to try to rush. It usually only does this. It usually tries to... Okay, so I need to increase the Chronosphere / Anchored and Ready %. Just so it works more. Just so it, just works better.
Lightning storm created.
Yeah, it does build a naval yard. It doesn't usually do much with it. Sometimes they'll spawn boats to murder your own boats, but yeah, there it goes. I think that's just a hunt command, but you know, AI stuff. I mean, AI boat naval is just like dumb as rocks, and it can't do anything competently. Period. So yeah, Korean AI is just cleaning up now. Might lose its HQ, I'm not sure. Just ever increasing numbers of subs. But you know, Russian AI is done for. See? Okay, so we're going to give the Russian AI a boon here and throw it against a British AI instead. Because, you know, Korea just absolutely dominates. Britain dominates somewhat less because the AI can't use snipers fully effectively. You know, the AI does a bunch of janky stuff. It used to like throwing like 6 Rhino tanks at you near the start of the game, but it's recently seemed to have stopped. Okay, number 1, I need to fix this so they don't... Can you stop being dumb? But yeah, I need to fix this so that they don't spam this many conscripts. I only want like enough conscripts to fill the battle bunkers. Any more is excessive and a waste. And food for the snipers. Unfortunately, we've got to test the tank out quickly now. And the sniper is no more. And you know, it's building a prison tank before it has its tech center and its battle lab. You know, there's not too much to be done about that. You know, harvester harassing still works. Usually by the time you look over at their base to see if they're actually cheating, they actually do have a battle lab and you don't notice. But yeah, I've tried to eliminate the pre-battle lab prism attacks, but I don't think it was completely effective. So yeah, again, AI dumps rocks. You know, it's trying to go for a hero rush. Zap. You know, I'm not entirely sure what's up with this thing. Okay. It's a Boris rush. It's a Boris rush. So, you know, the AI has been programmed to use Boris. He doesn't use them. They don't use him completely effectively. Because he does sometimes do a charge straight into a bunker and stuff, but some attempts have been made to fix him. Yeah, but most of the time that happens. I might see if I can like increase his guard range or something, and pair that with like can approach target no, and see if that allows him to zap the turrets and put it away. You know, it's a mixed bag. Sometimes he does, sometimes he doesn't. Okay, here's one of them famous Russian test tank rushers. So these absolutely clean out everything. And they will straight up just like doom the entire Allied war effort if they go well enough. Sometimes they just murder all your harvesters, sometimes they murder the entire front half of your base, sometimes they even get the Coneyard. Anyway, this is being followed up right now with a Kirov Coneyard rush. So the Russian AI is winning right now. Yeah. So you know, Korean AI is basically, I mean British AI has basically been knocked out of the game. They don't have Coneyard and they don't have a war factory to rebuild their Coneyard. Yeah. So you know, now we just kind of we're already on max speed. Are you kidding me? But yeah, so basically now we just wait for the Russian to get enough money to do stuff again. Again, I'm not sure why it's stopped doing the tank rush. I think I can just like increase the priority of the trigger and have it back in. Because I'm pretty sure that's a problem. Okay, it's Apocalypse time. It's Apocalypse time, boys. You know, those annoying physical tanks. You know, it's sniping the War Factory. I mean, sniping the thingamajig. You know, the Weather Storm. Yeah, that's what it's called. Okay, Kirov's down. You know, again, this doesn't actually do anything. It sort of just like stands there, and if anything comes close enough, it gets evaporated. Very rarely they do actually successfully get in, but you know, it's sort of just like a threat. So it's, you know, they do get Apocalypse tanks to come too close to them, you know, all that stuff. All the good stuff, see? But you know, I'm pretty sure this is a pretty clear Russian victory right now. So yeah.
Battle control terminated.
So now we're going to switch the map and do one last one. Is this the map we want? No, let's get this one. Russia versus. Actually, no. Iraq versus Britain. Let's get the two second tier AIs against each other. So you know, some work has been done on these, but it's not fully there yet. Again, the conscript rush needs to be fixed. And early tank rush chance needs to be increased slightly. You know, a few things. Yeah, as you can see, I also need to rework the script for these conscripts so they don't go outside. You know, they'll just. I need them. Yeah, okay, so the AI does fix bridges now. That's one of the new changes. I mean, it's still kind of dumb, and it'll go and try to fix a bridge that's already been fixed, and it'll eat its engineer anyway. Yeah, that's kind of stupid, but yeah. We have a few tanks popping up here. I think it is going to try to do a tank rush this time. Okay, I need to set it up to stop building fucking islands, because it's yeah, it's not good. Islands barely ever do anything useful. I'm not sure what the plan was there, but you know, there was something. Okay, so what it did there is try to get a spy into its war factory. There's the IFVs now. Again, I'm not sure why it's sending these guys out. But it does this. I'm not entirely sure why. I might want to look into that, but it's not a huge loss, so I suppose we could leave it alone. So currently, I'm pretty sure the the Iraqi is. Okay, that's the British special. It's a sniper battle fortress. Also, yeah, so it does build siege choppers. I managed to get around pathfinding bug. The problem is the siege choppers are exclusive to AI and they'll land. But yeah, they'll try to go after your battle lab. They die most of the time because again they're dumb as rocks, especially if your battle labs. Yeah, see, they just got absolutely wrecked because of the anti-air stuff here, which was meant to deal with the Kirovs, but you know. As you can see, Kirov, effective trade, got the Konyard. Unfortunately, the AI's ore factory is still alive, so it will build a new MCB, but it's going to set back a significant amount. You know, AI does build new MCBs. It'll probably somewhere around here, maybe somewhere around here. So this here is its horde of Rocketeers. Yeah, okay, see, it's trying. So Boris guard range, actually we should just write this down, hold on. Alright, yeah, another thing we need to see if we can do is we want to just make it so that sea choppers set up in like an ore field or something. You know, instead of next to the battleland, where they die most of the time. I guess it could be better against players, not sure. Again, another late game, so it'll be Deathfall. It's 3 Apocalypse stacks, 3 V3s, usually 4-4, but it's been nerfed slightly because it's expensive. And, you know, this does kill the base. Felt decently well. Doesn't always do it. You know, if there's not defenses left. Of course it won't do it. But it's an excellent like late game finishing move. And you know, more, you know, just cleaning out. And you know, it can't kill the naval yard. Okay, you know, trying to nuke it, but it won't die. Yeah, it can't kill the naval yard unless it either gets enough boats here, which it almost never does, or if it builds a horde of Kirovs or a horde of cosmonauts. It can't build no cosmonauts right now because AI doesn't have any harvesters left, and that's triggered by harvesters. So it will end this game eventually by building 3 Kirovs and bombing this. But you know, that's open. So alright, that's a bit of AI testing, everybody. Have a nice day. Goodbye.